Okay, fine then. So, the first topic what we are going to discuss is the discovery of magnet. So, how does the magnet was discovered? So, last time we have seen in the video that boy was there, and that boy basically he was a shepherd. So, what he was doing, he was grazing, and during the grazing time, he was using the stick, right? So, he has to climb the mountains and the other part of the road. So, what he was doing, he was using the stick so as to maintain or hold his position. So all of a sudden, when he just put that a metal cap on the stick, what happened? That stick got stuck with the what? With the rock. So that is how they got to know about the magnet. So what it is believed, it is believed that some people said a a natural magnet was discovered by Greeks. So, who discovered them? Some of them they believe that it was discovered by Greeks and they called them as a magnetite. That magnet was called as magnetite. But later on, they found that an an ancient tale of tale. What do you mean by tale? Tale.
Mom, a story.
Very good. So, a story actually, the old story. So, an ancient tale of Greek divulged that means they found that a shepherd that a shepherd boy named Magnus. So his name was he was a shepherd basically and his name was Magnus. So he was roaming. Magnus discovered the magnet. When he discovered the magnet, when he was roaming nearby a mountain. So he discovered when he was roaming near by a mountain. So when he was roaming nearby a mountain, he discovered the magnet. Carrying what he was carrying along with him, he was carrying a wooden stick. So he was carrying a wooden stick having metal cap. So he had a stick. So like this, he had a stick, and at the end of the one of the end of the stick, what was there? A metal cap was there. So a small metal cap was available. So he discovered the magnet when he was roaming nearby a mountain carrying a wooden stick having a metal cap at the bottom. So as you can see in the picture, at the bottom was is there the metal cap. So a wooden stick having metal cap at the bottom stuck to the black rock. It stuck to the black rock. And what was the name of that black rock, children?
Magnite.
Yes, Magnite. So, which was named after him, and that was actually magnetite. Okay, Magnetite. So that is how the discovery happened. So he was roaming, he was grazing the shepherd, and he was carrying a kind of the stick with him. That stick was made up of the wood, and at the end of at the bottom of that stick, the iron metal cap was there, and it got stuck to a black rock, and the name of that black rock was Magnite. And because of that, the name, because of his name, actually the Magnus and the rock name Magnite, Both of them joined together and the new word came out, that is the magnetite. So Magnes and the magnite. So these two together, they joined it and they came to the word which is magnetite. Right? Then nowadays, magnets are used, right? Several forms of magnets are used to make television. So we can see the televisions also have the telephones. Now, actually, telephones are not so much there, but earlier in the telephones also, it used to be in the mobile phones also. We have the magnets, then washing machine. So many electronic or the electrical appliances are there which has this magnet. So that is how the discovery of the magnet took. Understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Bhavesh and Neha.
Yes,
Now, the
ma'am.
second thing is magnet. Now, we are talking about magnet. But what it is basically? So, magnet is what? It is the kind of substance. So, that has a capability of attracting, right? So, if we keep it somewhere near to the either iron, nickel, or cobalt, right? Three things are there: iron, nickel, and cobalt. These are what? They are the different elements, fine. So if we keep the magnets towards them, either the iron, either the nickel, either the cobalt, what do? They start attracting towards them, fine. So if I talk about the symbol, iron is capital F, small e, nickel is capital N and a small I, and cobalt is capital C and small o. So in your higher classes, you will be learning about this, but you should know at least the symbol of this. Iron is Fe, and you cannot write Fe, capital F and capital E. This is wrong. So the symbol is capital F and small e only. Then nickel Ni, cobalt Co. So a magnet is a substance that has the capability of attracting the substances. So they have a good capability of attracting the substances. And what kind of substances they will be attracting? What are the name of the substances? What are the name of the
Iron,
elements?
nickel, cobalt,
Yeah,
cobalt.
correct, correct. So iron, nickel, cobalt, they will be attracting them. And this property and the property of attracting and the property of attracting other substances such as iron, nickel, and cobalt, iron, nickel, and cobalt of a magnet. It is called as magnetism. So, if any of the elements, if they have the capability to attract, that element is called as, a property is called as magnetism. Fine. So magnet is a substance because of which what happened? Attraction will be there. They will be attracting it to the different elements. And the magnetism is a property of attracting it to the other substances. That is what the magnet is. Then the third thing is magnetic force. So magnetic force, like if I say you have to force yourself out of the room, it means you have to move yourself out of the room, right? So you have to put pressure on yourself. So same way, the is the force, magnetic force is the force produced by a magnet. What they will be doing? They will be producing a force by a magnet to attract. So they will produce a force to attract the other substance. So to attract the other substances, and it is called as a magnetic force. So it's a special kind of the force. Like what happened, like for example, now if I have this magnet, okay, north pole is there, south pole is there. Now in this, if two magnets are there, fine, north pole and south pole, and here also, okay, here I am taking maybe a pin, okay, and iron nail I am taking like this. So this is the iron nail. Now what happened? This magnet and the iron nail, they will be attracting towards each other, right? So how do they attract towards each other? In between them, what is generated? A line will be generated. A kind of field will be generated, and that field is called as magnetic field. You might have noticed, right? When two magnets come closer in the center, a kind of the attraction is there, that there's something, someone is forcing them to come close, right? So that is what the magnetic force. And why it happens? It happens because of the magnetic field which is created between them. So it is just a line like structure which is created by them. So magnetic field is the region around the is the region around the attraction of the substances. So whatever the substances are there, so through that they will be attracting it. And a magnet. So the region which is around the attraction of the substance and a magnet by a force and a magnet and a magnet magnetic force. Do they have? They have a magnetic force between the substance and between the magnet. And such a region is called as magnetic field. Such a region is called a magnetic field. So these are some of the terms related to the magnet. The first thing is magnet. Magnet is actually a substance that has the capability of attracting the substance like the iron, nickel, cobalt. Then magnetism is the property of attracting to these substances. Then magnetic force is a force which will be produced between the magnet and the elements. Then magnetic field is the area which is surrounded the magnet and the substances. So these are the different terms related to the magnet. So write down this children in your copy. Starting from here.
Ma'am, you need to copy this?
Yeah, you need to copy this.
I'm done with first one.
Neha, done with the first one?
I'm almost done with the second point.
Okay, okay. Just write it, then I'll change.
Okay. Done, ma'am.
Yeah.
Done, ma'am.
Bhavesh, done with this page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm done.
Neha, done?
Ma'am, almost.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Done with this page?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm almost.
Okay, almost.
1 second.
I'll go. Hmm.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
I'm not done for a minute. Ma'am. Ma'am?
Done?
I'm not done.
Okay, do it. No issues.
I'm now done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Neha, done?
Yes, ma'am, done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Okay. So in the next class now we'll be discussing about the magnetic and the non-magnetic substances. So what kind of substances can attract and what kind of substances will not attract. About them we will be discussing. Then about the types of magnets, which are the natural magnet and the artificial magnet. Differences between both we will be discussing in the next class. and also we'll be discussing about the properties. So, what are the different poles and the properties, whether they will repel, whether they will attract, or what do they do when they are, broken down. So all those properties we'll be discussing in the next class. Right? Types of magnet, artificial and the natural magnet, which substances are magnetic, which are not magnetic, non-magnetic substances about them. Then the properties we will be discussing. Apart from that, then we will be discussing maybe about the magnetic axis also, like rotational. I think you might have been knowing about the rotation, right? What is rotation?
Mom, when an object moves around itself on its axis.
Correct. That is called as the rotation. Same way the axis also. So if we have the magnet on its axis, what kind of the properties does it show? So that we will be discussing, and how to make the magnet temporary magnets. We will be discussing about that also, right? And in the school, I think you might be having the bell also, right? Electric bell.
Yes,
Does it contain something related to the magnet?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Mom, maybe.
actually it has. Yeah, it has actually, So inside those bells, what are there? The magnets are there. Because of that, the magnets and along with the current. So current along with the magnet, they both join together, and that is called as actually the electromagnet. So when the electricity is also working and the magnets, both they join together.
Ma'am, you
So they
mean the
form a new
force?
kind.
Ma'am, you mean the force called electromagnetism?
Yes, correct. The force generated between the both, it's called as the electromagnetism. Fine. So electro from the word electricity and the magnet from the word magnet. Fine. So that is how both the things will be combining. And the school bells, mostly they have this electromagnets only. So they are working electricity, right? They have to switch it on. Then only they'll be ringing. And inside them, what do they have? They have the magnets. So that is how we say it is an electromagnet. So many devices are there which works on both the type of the system. Like if I talk about the TV is also working on the both the things, the magnet as well as on the kind of the electricity, correct?
Electricity.
Right. So that is how it works. Fine. These things we'll be discussing in the next class. Okay, Chana?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay then.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yeah.
also, I'm not able to access any files in the Python.
Yes, Neha. Neha, you have to wait for some time. It is a technical error. So I have reported them. It is a technical error. It might take a day for it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, that's fine.
Okay. Fine. Once it is resolved, I'll message you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, children.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.